Welcome everybody, how's it going? Doc and Howlett here to bring you back another part of my entire comic book collection videos, part number 6. We're going to delve into some Hellboy and B.P.R.D. comics. Stay tuned. Okay everybody, how's it going? Let's get right to it. Here's my short box of Hellboy and B.P.R.D. comics and a few other books besides that, but mostly the Hellboy and B.P.R.D. And let's see, yeah, so these are all the singles I've showed you before. I do have a bunch of the graphic novels of Hellboy and B.P.R.D., but these are all the singles. Okay, so let's get started with this side right here, the Hellboy. So these are all the singles, like I say, not in any particular order, of publication, but yeah, you'll get it when you see it. And if you want to see when they were publicized, you can go check that out for yourself. But let's go through some of the series here. So we have Hellboy and the B.P.R.D. 1952. These, of course, I know I can tell you came out after the death of Hellboy, and one of the more recent books as well too. So 1952, book 1, book 2, book 3, book 4, and book 5. And then we have this series, 1953, book 1, so Beyond the Fences, number 1. Number 2, this giant mutant dog. And number 3. And we have another tale here from 1953, The Phantom Hand. And another one from 1953, The Witch Tree. 1954, Black Sun, issue 1. Hellboy Winter Special. Love Mignola's artwork. It's amazing. I wish I had picked up on these sooner. Of course, I knew of Hellboy, really didn't know of him, but I knew of Hellboy through like the Wizard magazines and things like that back in the day. But I never really got into it until before the movies were coming out, the Hellboy movies, and I really wanted to understand the character and know really what it was. So I got in the graphic novel, so even before I saw the movie, read Hellboy and just loved it and continued ever since. So here's 20th Anniversary Sampler. The Sleeping in the Dead, issue 1 of 2. Part 2 of 2 of that. Crooked Man with some fan favorite art by Richard Corbin. Crooked Man 1 of 3. 2 of 3. And 3 of 3. And Hellboy Year of Monsters. Hellboy in the Chapel of Moloch. Hellboy in Mexico. Hellboy Libre Being Human. The homunculus. I wish he didn't die. I don't know if he's back in any of the B.P.R.Ds. I've been out of the B.P.R.D. comics for a while, still getting the Hellboy stuff, but man, when Roger, I think his name was Roger, the homunculus, when they killed him, oh man, he definitely became one of my favorites when he came around. We have Buster Oakley Gets His Wish. Here's the Free Comic Book Day issue. Hellboy the Golden Army. Double Feature of Evil. And here's a good one. Hellboy with a crossover with Beasts of Burden. Jill Thompson artwork there. That's great. I met her at a Comic-Con as well too. And somewhere I have some of the smaller Hellboy graphic novels put away that have her signatures on them. I would have loved to get some artwork from her, original artwork, but it was way too expensive for me, but it would have been really nice. And then we have here The Bride of Hell. Okay, let's move on to here. We got some more Dark Horse comics and some B.P.R.D. So this series is right here too, by Mignola. Frankenstein Underground, issue 1. I love the Frankenstein character, Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. Anyways, none of the real movie Frankensteins, unless it is exactly as Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. But so that's why I wanted to get this, is to see what Mignola's take on the Frankenstein was, the Frankenstein's monster. Anyways, so Frankenstein Underground number 2 and issue number 3. Great artwork though, as always. And number 4. And if he, you know, had the character anything like the homunculus Roger, it was going to be great. So that was my reasoning for getting that issue, that series. Oh yeah, into some other ones here. We got Darkness Calls, issue 1 of 6. And unfortunately, I don't know why, I thought I had it, but it seems I'm missing issue number 2. I have to get that, issue number 2 of The Darkness Calls. So here's issue number 3, 4, and I'm also missing issue number 5. And there's 6. And then The Wild Hunt, issue 1 of 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, and I believe this one isn't that. It's been a while since I read these, but Excalibur. I know Hellboy eventually gets it, and basically claims the throne as the true king of England with Excalibur. That was pretty cool, though. I like that. It was a good story. And 7 of 8. Love that. With the horns. That's awesome. And 8 of 8 of The Wild Hunt. Again, not quite sure the order of these. It's been a little while and I didn't look in the indicias, but all these stories, The Wild Hunt, The Storm, they all took close together anyways. I just can't remember the order. And then here's The Storm, 1 of 3, 2 of 3, and 3 of 3. And then The Fury, I believe this is the last one before, the Hellboy in Hell, before he was dead. This is the series that features his death. So, Hellboy, The Fury, issue 1, issue number 2, and issue number 3. And then here is the Virgin variant, which, again, like I say, features the death of Hellboy. Really awesome. Got this one from Tim quite a while ago. I bought it from him. It was amazing. It was great price, I think, getting it from him, and it's in beautiful condition. Yes, it was just great to get that from him. I still am in awe of this book. It's beautiful, and it's a great series. Like I say, the death of Hellboy. And then here, following up to that, is Hellboy in Hell. So we have issues 1, number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, The Hounds of Pluto, 8, Spanish Bride, that's issue number 9, and issue number 10, For the Whom the Bell Tolls. And look at that artwork, man. Look at that cover. Doesn't that make you want to read it? Oh, it's just beautiful. Okay, we got some B.P.R.D. comics and related comics here now, so let's start with this. Issue 1 of 2 of Abe Sapien, The Abysmal Plane, 2 of 2, and then we have some B.P.R.D. books. We have Black Goddess 1, and when you look on the indicia of these books, they are numbered according to the whole series, but the stories, for the longest time, they had the issues and the story. But like I say, they have the issue number of the story, but the real numbering of the book for its continued numbering is on the inside of the indicia. If that makes sense. I know that's kind of confusing, maybe, but yeah. And then eventually they did put the actual series number up there. You'll see that as I go here. So I can't remember what issue number these actually are in the indicia, but we have some series here. So the story of Black Goddess, that's issue number 2, number 3, number 4. Number 5. What's his name? Oh, I can't remember his name. I can't remember his name. It always happens during it, yeah. I don't have issue number 1 for some reason of War on Frogs. I should try to get that. And War on Frogs issue number 2. Or 3, sorry. War on Frogs 4. B.P.R.D. The Dead Remembered. 1 of 3. 2. And 3. We have here a warning. Issue 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then when they started this series, B.P.R.D. Hell on Earth. This is a short series. Yeah, 1 and 2. Let me see what else good. Eventually they do go to the numbering up here, but this was the latest series, B.P.R.D. Hell on Earth. That's Monsters 1 and 2. And then we have Gods 1, 2, and 3. B.P.R.D. 1947. 1947 number 2. See, I like this stuff with the old stuff with Hellboy. Those were pretty good stories as well. And number 3. Number 4. Number 5. That was a different series, I'd say. And King of Fear, issue number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then we have B.P.R.D. Hell on Earth, New World, 1, 2. The guy who eventually becomes a Wendigo, 3, 4, and 5. And as you see here, like I say, B.P.R.D. Hell on Earth, issue number 115. So, like I say, so what they used to do, like this, is have B.P.R.D. This is the name of the series, this was the name of the story, and this was the number of the story. But now they've gone to just numbering it as it is in the indicia, issue number 115 of a continuing series. And then the story, the name of the story is inside the book. So issue number 116. I got some Assassin's Creed here, which is printed by Titan Comics now, but they were some previously done by DC Comics. Yeah. So here's Free Comic Book Day 1. Here's an Assassin's Creed number 1. A number 2. This is of the newer series. Like I say, the first one's done by DC was Assassin's Creed The Fall. So this is one of the newer series. And it didn't completely interest me. I got a few issues, and then I kind of, yeah, got out of it. That wasn't really interesting me. But here's issue number 3 of that. But I really like the Assassin's Creed franchise. I'm really looking forward to the movie. Here's issue number 4, 5, 6, and 7. And I think that's all I got of those current ones. And then I got an issue of Templars. Here is one of my most favorite series as well too. Here is the Free Comic Book Day version of The Umbrella Academy, written by Gerard Way, Gabriel Ball. Artwork, beautiful stuff, but Gerard Way, lead singer of My Chemical Romance. Yeah, pretty good music. I went to one of the concerts. It was interesting enough, but yeah, just really love the comics. And Gerard Way is also besides being musically talented, he's also artistically talented. I'll show you one of his covers that he did here soon. So we have that one. So that's Free Comic Book Day 1. And if you like, you know, Hellboy, it just definitely really fits in the universe of, and these alien experiments and out of this world, you know, kind of stuff, and you know, time travel and all this different stuff. Like I say, it really fits into the Hellboy realm so much. Here's a limited edition comic of issue number 1, and it is, there you go, 1 of 1,000 copies. So it's right there on the top, wraparound cover. Okay, so right here, so this is Gerard Way's artwork right here that he did for the variant of Umbrella Academy #1. And then we have issue number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. The first series, and then there was a second series. Here we got a Jim Lee variant here for issue number 1. So I really had to get that. That was so awesome. Then here's another second printing of that. I love the artwork, love the series. Wanted to get as many of the variants as I possibly could. And then God Save the President. Here we go, issue 1. Issue number 2. 3. 4. 5. And 6. Oh yeah, so that's it. That's what was in my box. My part 6 of my entire comic book collection. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Leave any comments or questions below. Hit that subscribe button and some thumbs up. And I'll talk to you guys all later. Bye.